Welcome to this series of training videos, Compliments of District 84. Today our presenter Bob Fisher will share with us why the Moments of Truth is important, and more importantly, how do we get it done without giving up an entire meeting to do it. This session was presented at District 84 Virtual Toastmasters Leadership Institute on July 25th, 2020.
Thank you all very much for attending this virtual session, Moments of Truth. This session normally takes about an hour and a half if you're going to do the entire session and do it live, which means if you did it the way Toastmasters originally intended it, it would take up your entire meeting. Fortunately for us, people much smarter than me came up with a way to get this presentation pre-COVID-19 done in about 20 minutes. The last time I did this session for TLI, it was brought up with suggestions that we figure out how we can adapt this so that it would work also for doing it on Zoom. So I came up with some ideas on how we can actually make this work for Zoom. And the meeting itself, if you're going to do this in a meeting, would be basically take up all the speaker slots. It would take about 40 minutes if you're going to be able to do this completely on Zoom. The presentation today is not going to take that time. I'm not doing Moments of Truth. I'm discussing how you could do it for your club. So let's get into the presentation. What is Moments of Truth? Moments of Truth is an episode where a person comes in contact with an aspect of Toastmasters experience and forms an impression of the club's quality and service. It's that first impression. And as we all know in life, you never have an opportunity to remake a first impression. That's a very rare thing. And what's really unique about this Moments of Truth presentation is your club wants to do this twice a year. And the benefit of it is you're going to have area director visits twice a year. And the secret is Moments of Truth is the same exact thing as your area director's visit. So if you're doing one this month prior to your area director coming, you've done your Moments of Truth. When they come and they do their area director report, you're already going to know what strengths, what areas of opportunity your club has, and that report's not going to be a big surprise for you. Also, at this time of year, we're planning to do our club success plans. Well, surprise, that also follows the Moments of Truth. What Moments of Truth is not rating how wonderful, awesome, and amazing, or how suckish your club may be. That's not what it is. It's if I was a guest coming to your club today, and today only, what would be my experience visiting your club in that moment? So you have to think of this as this is just a fresh set of eyes, because I know, like in business where I am, you get caught in that loop of doing thing every day and you don't see where you can improve. So Moments of Truth gives you an opportunity to set yourself up to get a fresh set of eyes on your club and to get you thinking, well, how can we do this? And how can we make it even better of an experience to get more guests and seats and keep them happy? Because we know happy butts and seats eventually become happy members, and that's really the goal. So Moments of Truth really has to deal with just six aspects of what makes up a meeting. It's your first impressions, your membership orientation, your fellowship variety and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength, and then achievement recognition. Now, the way this is broken up is in the first 5 minutes as the presenter. What you're normally going to do is you're going to build your credentials of why am I here in front of this room telling you how to do this? What is my bona fides that allow me to stand up in front of you and tell you how to evaluate your own club? Well, hi, my name is Bob Fisher. And I've held every position in Toastmasters International, whether it be in the club level, all the way through district leadership. That's my background of why maybe I might have a little insight into what a good club looks like at a given meeting. Doesn't rate how great and awesome your club is. Your other snapshot you have is the DCP program. If you're working the program and you're earning those DCP awards, you already know how awesome you are. This is just to give you a fresh snapshot to see how that new person coming in is going to do. So the way we're going to do this Normally, I would explain how we're going to break it out. We're going to break it out into 6 different groups of 2 to 3 members each. And you're going to go off with a checklist, and you're going to fill out what your club does great, what your club does wrong, and that's how we're going to do this meeting. Well, that doesn't really work with Zoom. So what you need to do with Zoom is go over what the 6 moments of truth are with everybody, right? And go over detail, really brief, what each one is, because you're going to give them the sheet that also spells it out. So you're going to give them this information that covers all 6 moments of truth. And we went over that, and we'll go over it again and again while we're doing the presentation. And then you're going to spend 2 minutes to let them score the checklist that you're going to give them, hopefully before the meeting even happens. Or if you don't want to do it that way, one of the suggestions was, well, how can we do this on Zoom? Because I reached out to Toastmasters International, and I reached out to their official group, and I said, what are your suggestions? The second suggestions was either do breakout rooms in Toastmasters. The other suggestion was polls, because that would allow the entire Brady Bunch square to get involved in each of the 6 moments of truth. So you would create a poll and allow multiple choices, and then when you post the poll to your group, everybody will see what the club feels they're doing well, and what the club has come to a consensus on is their area of opportunities and things they need to improve. We do that for all 6 moments of truth. If you're doing it in breakout groups, you would assign 1 moment of truth to each breakout group. If you're doing it as a club, you would do a poll as a club for each question, get the results, and then in the next section, have a discussion on how can we take just 1, maybe 2 of our areas of opportunity and improve it. Again, you don't want to bite off the whole thing, because you're going to do this again in 6 months. So you're going to focus on your area of opportunity today, and then in 6 months come back and say, hey, have we hit the mark? Are we doing it better? Or is this a new opportunity that we've discovered that we need to be working on? Does that make sense? I see nods. So this is exactly what I was saying. For Zoom meetings, break out either into breakout rooms or break out and do a poll and allow the poll give the results. It all depends on the size of your club. If you've got enough members like we have on the screen today, well, I could break you all out into 6 breakout rooms. We could go off and do 1 question each. But if you're in a small club like myself, where we only have 9 members and we're lucky if 6 of that shows up, well, doing the polls would be a great way to keep it. The key thing is as the presenter, whether you're doing this live or you're doing this on Zoom, you need to take control and keep control of the meeting. Now on Zoom, you could just mute everybody, but if you're trying to have a discussion, that really doesn't work. So there is a chance of it getting lost. So using a poll allows you to have a consensus quietly, so this way everybody can figure out where we're going and then just post those results. Now I've been talking about the form. This form is the one that comes directly out of the Moments of Truth handbook. Now, the link that I have available on the screen, you can go to www.toastmastersd84.org, and in the Our Club section, scroll down to the bottom to the Club Toolbox, and all of these forms are available on the District 84 website. You could go to Toastmasters International, and it's also available to members as a free digital download. So you have options to get the material. And what I like about it is it's editable. So you can actually do like I did, take the time, edit the presentation to make it work for your club. Make it work for you, and so you can have a little fun, especially if you guys normally have a fun club and you want to have a little bit of excitement while you're doing it. So the next section, if we're doing it live, they're going to go out and they're going to discuss for 5 minutes each. Now, this is the thing in Zoom where if you're doing breakouts in Zoom or you're doing it live where you can have breakout session, awesome. You could stick to this 5-minute section. However, if you're not and you're going to do it as a poll, my suggestion is this 5-minute section and the next you group together. And this is where the meeting then becomes 40 minutes because you've already got your poll results. So now you'll take 5 minutes per moment of truth and discuss opportunities on how your club can improve. This is a job for the secretary. Take lots of notes. If you're in the executive committee, take lots of notes. Because your executive committee is already getting together at least once a month. Hopefully, everyone's meeting once a month. Should be everybody, right? But if you're not, Ideally, you should be meeting once a month or at least once per quarter as a club and planning for your club's success. You guys should already know the moments of truth because you've probably already done a club satisfaction survey to find out what your members need from the club. That's another tool that's available. Moments of truth, again, like I said, is just a snapshot of how everybody's feeling today. And if you got guests, let them participate if they're there, or if you feel this is a meeting not to have that, tell them, hey, this isn't going to be our normal meeting. Why don't you come back? But for me, I wouldn't give up the opportunity to get them engaged because, again, that's a fresh set of eyes, and they can tell you what they saw when they walked in. So it's up to you. I look at criticism as a gift. You can take it as a gift, take it to heart and build on it, or you could try and re-gift it and throw it out. I mean, it's all up to you. But if the person took the time to tell you how you were doing, I'll take the time to listen to it and take it to heart to actually meet what today's needs are in this new COVID-19 world that we all live in. So again, like I said, the Zoom pro tip, consider either breakout rooms or consider using polls for this. If you're the moderator, but if you plan ahead, make the person co-host way ahead of time, or have whoever's going to have access to that set up the polls. This is totally doable. Like anything in Toastmasters, it needs to take a little time and practice. So what are we actually doing again during the 5 minutes? So like I said, we've created a poll. We're discussing now the moments of truth. We already know, we've already decided what we've done as a club is totally awesome. We don't need to discuss that. But where we've agreed as a club that we can improve on this, those are the items you want to discuss during these 5-minute breakout sessions. So this way, as a club, you could come back and do a plan. Now, if you wanted to do a real pro tip and really get excited and plan ahead of time, before you even have this meeting, give everybody a SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for successes, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Also available on the District 84 website. Give them this form and let them fill all that ahead of time out. So this way they can be thinking about the club before they even get to the meeting. So there's lots of different forms, lots of tools, and lots of resources available on the District 84 website you can take advantage of to help you not only plan for your MOT session, but also your club success plan. Again, this is the report to the club. Now, this is if we're doing it live. If we're doing it live, those clubs have broken out for 5 minutes. They've gone, they've discussed. They're going to come back, and you're going to go to each one of those 6 groups and ask them to pick one thing, discuss what it was, and how the club can improve it. Again, secretary takes lots of notes. The executive committee pays attention, so they can then go back and work on their club success plan. Work on it the first time, revise it. It may not be required as part of the Golden Gavel Award, but it's still a resource that's available. And your club, if you're not doing the whole club success plan, should be at least taking the last page from that, which deals with the DCP, and working on who's going to get what goals, where are your members for their achievements, have we turned in our officers for the year, have we paid dues, have you all attended TLI? These are the things that show how successful your club's being. It's the only tool TI has to help gauge success. To me, DCP isn't the goal. It's the tool that we use to do a self-check, just one of the many tools TI gives us, like the moments of truth, to be able to see how we're doing. So during the 5 minutes, again, if you're skipping this portion, because if you're doing it as a breakout session for Zoom where you've done the polls and now you're all discussing it together, this is included in all of that as you take all the 5 minutes. So we have clubs now that are actually going back to live, which I find to be amazing. And we have them doing it in like a hybrid fashion where they have some people attending live, some attending on video. And I think that's going to be the way to go. I know my club, Central Florida Facilitators, that's our plan when we go back to live, is, the people that we have from India, I don't think they're going to fly in every week for a meeting. So we're going to probably have to do it and have a hybrid meeting. So I think that's the way you see a lot of clubs go, because we're all gaining members from not only all around the state of Florida, but some of us are lucky enough to get them from all around the world. So then what's the last 3 minutes of this 20-minute to 40-minute presentation, depending on how you're doing it? Well, it's a wrap-up. We always talk about speeches. You have the rule of 3. You have your intro. You get to your 3 topics. But a really good speech, a really good comedy bit, always ties the end right back to the beginning, because then you're reminding people why they were here and what they got out of it. So with wrap-up, this is for you as the presenter, sell the importance of moments of truth, of taking this module to heart, everything they've just gone over for the past 20 to 40 minutes, and making sure that they walk away with an action plan that they themselves have put together and bought into. And then as the presenter, offer to come back in 6 months and do it for them again. Now, in District 84, we have an exciting thing. We have the Motley Crew. Moments of Truth Award, same thing. If you've done 3 presentations of Moments of Truth in a calendar year, you can submit it to District 84, to our Moments of Truth chair, and they will give you a Moments of Truth pin that we started about 5 years ago. And you become a member of the Motley Crew. You are one of those individuals that a club can turn to because you've done it, like me, in multiple clubs, and you have an idea of what a great Moments of Truth session should look like. And you can help guide that club to finding out their moments of truth to help them make a better first impression on that next guest that they're going to have. It's exciting, plus it's more swag for your banner. Motley Crew stands, Mitchell, for the Moments of Truth Crew. So since it's MOT, M-O-T, we call it the Motley Crew. It was just, a play on words, really designating those individuals that have done the 3 moments of truth and earned their pin. All right? So thank you for the question. So to summarize your session, again, you want to always end it with what Dr. Ralph Smedley said, is you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Dr. Ralph Smedley was the founder of Toastmasters International. Does your club meet its standards? Again, your 6 moments of truth. They are first impressions, membership orientation, fellowship, variety, and communication, program planning and meeting organization, membership strength, and achievement recognition. And that's one of the things I'm really excited with Pathways. Achievement recognition is a lot more frequent with Pathways. You never get a second chance to make a first impression.